have a case, and in Korean, such noun phrase is combined with a particle called case 조사, sometimes case marker, which marks case. For example, a particle attached to a subject noun phrase is called a nominative case marker, nominative case 조사. And a particle attached to an object noun phrase is called an accusative case marker, accusative case 조사. However, there are many examples in which noun phrases appear without any case 조사. There have been a variety of proposals on the omission of a case particle. Lamstead, 1939, first introduced the grammar system of the Korean language to the world, uses the term nominative case for word form in which nominative case marker does not appear. He then uses the term nominative case 조사 for word form which appears when we express a spatial relationship between the predicate and the subject. Building on this interpretation, in 1966 argued for the introduction of the concept of a cautiously indefinite case. When a predicate intransitive verb is integrated with the noun phrase, this is the nominative, and when predicate transitive verb is integrated with the transitive verb is integrated with the noun phrases, this is a accusative case. Building on this idea, Go 2020 compared indefinite case 조사 with special 조사는. In general, there is a broad agreement in the phenomenon of the absence of a case marker in noun phrases. On the other hand, Hong 1994, 2017 argues that objective case marker in the complement position are optional, and the subject in the specific position of the PP tense phrase must appear with the nominative case marker. In a sentence in which the nominative case marker does not appear in the subject noun phrases, the subject is in fact introduced in the topic position, for example, the specified position of CP, which is in the leftmost position of the sentence. In this position, a corresponding noun is base general date and connected with a small clause in the specified position of TP. Another explanation for a sentence in which the subject noun phrase may not have nominative case marker is that the noun phrase has a discuss element such as a focus, which can cause the noun phrase to have no case marking. Hong emphasized that the interpretation of focalization should be exclusive. emphasize that the interpretation of focalization should be excluded because if such an interpretation cannot be excluded, sentence with absence of a case can be legitimate. I intend to integrate the two positions on the appearance and non-appearance of a case in the subject noun phrase through the interaction between case and focus. The focus, as mentioned above, is a means of overcoming the potential grammaticality of almost all noun-like phrases with no case marker. Using the function of focus, the question that a scholar has analyzed can be dealt with in a legitimate manner. My point is that the generalization, a generalization of the interaction between focus and case. One, when focus is given in a noun phrase, a case marker is optional. When a case is marked in a noun phrase, focus is optional. The study will utilize the technique from two different fields, statistics and experimental phonetics. First, I will conduct a quantitative study on potentially problematic sentence based on the statistical analysis and examine their grammaticality or acceptability. By so doing, it will be possible to investigate the acceptability of the sentence with no case marker. Using both the experimental phonetics method and the statistical analysis, I will then examine whether the acceptability of a sentence with no case can be improved by adding focus to that. What I'm talking to you, what is important to hit in my paper is that usually in Korean sentence, the noun phrases have a case, but if the noun phrase has no case, the focus instead of case, the focus will survey the without case. So in the either case marker or focus will save the noun phrase. That's my main point. And let's move on to the section 2, previous study and the problem. It is well known that there are many examples in which noun phrases appear without any case result. However, the following seems not to be the case. In one, the subject appear without case result in the sentences, as is mentioned above. Such case is called indefinite case. On the other hand, 2017 argues that the subject in one are generated in the author spec of TP, not in the spec TP, and they are pronouns with stress and pause. You can see the example 3. In 3, the unsol is a position in the author spec, and is connected to the small clause. So the unsol is not Holmes' argumentation is like that. The Holmes suggests that the following generalization: case markers are optional to arguments in the complement position. They are obligatory to argument in other position. It means that especially the case of a subject, the subject must have the case josa in clear is the host of argumentation. But I think that this is a little bit a new idea, so that's why I present here. Let's move on to let's look at the sentence below to cause potential problem in different angles. KS, the 1998, argues that since the strong noun like 모든 사람 require quantification interpretation, they should move with case marking. Contrary, since the weak noun phrases like 세 사람 do not require quantification interpretation, they can move without case marking. However, Holmes refutes Kim's claim in the point that the weak noun seems to combine with case josa. You can see the sentence like 5. If the weak noun phrases in 5 are case marked over 3, they cannot be legitimated. As we can see the example above, it is observed that the acceptability or grammatically of the sentences differs according to the absence of or presence of a nominative case josa. Let's move on to my main chapter. It's about the interaction between case and prosody. In this chapter, I suggest the solution to the dilemma pointed out in the previous chapter in light of prosody and the information structure. Consider the following sentences. In overall sentence 6A and 6C have no problem because the subject classifier Keimyung combined with the nominative case josa as expected. On the contrary, the subject classifier Keimyung with no case marker in 6B can be legitimated and it cannot in 6D. According to Hong, 2019, the subject Keimyung is merged with small b and then move to step TP. After case licensing, the subject classifier Keimyung is adjoined with the subject 2019 proposed the following conditions. Revised visibility condition, as mentioned in the business report, set to mapping only if it is assigned case or structural adjacent to its data marker. This condition implies that if the complement argument has no case marker, but is adjacent to its predicate, it may not be case marked. This is why the NP object may not be case marked, and why the NP subject has to have case jusa. In Japanese, the grammaticality of such numeral case classifier construction is discussed too. The sentence 7, sentence 9 is judged ungrammatically. Sentence 7. Sentence 7 is judged ungrammatical by Cyprus 1985 assumption. His assumption is like this, that the noun quantification and its associated NP observes locality. The subject in Japanese cannot scramble. As if the assumption seems to be on the right track, but due to the presence of the strong evidence for other track, it is no longer legitimate. project 7 to be prosody and syntactic structure, respectively, for the sentence 7. In the prosody structure, like 11A, the subject NQ signing is separate from the object sakeo in phonological phrasing, which means that the form can be interpreted with no connection with the letter. As a result, the grammaticality of 7 improves in a certain degree. It means that the signing is separated from the object, and then they have the different phrase, different key phrase, and then and at the time the executability of the sentences improved significantly because of because of the focus. The syntactic derivation of the sentence 9 is as follows. If in 12, Takusei가 moving to spec TP, or spec CP, and the derivation is finished as seen in 10. The sentence will crash. If as is seen at 12, Sake will move forced into spec CP, and then the subject moves consecutively. 12 will be delayed. In the structure of 12, the object and the subject and Q are organized into separate P phrase. As we expected, this sentence improved in grammaticality. So far, we have seen there is some elements of phonological components, such as tone and poetic focus, may affect narrow sentence derivation, which can be affected by focusing in narrow sentence, affects the interpretation of SCM. In fact, it is quite questionable whether it is semantic or syntactic to say that the sentence we are dealing with ungrammatical. The following sentence present by An for the amplify this question. 비영이를 철수 도왔다. If this is judged ungrammatical, it's not a matter of semantics, but merely a matter of whether or not there is a case with noun phrases. In other words, if case does not cause any problem, in many case theory also seems to be a problem of externalization, not of internalization. Given that this is true, we have to say that there are interaction between externalization and internalization. Let's move on to the interaction between externalization and internalization. Case focus topic and prosody is based on the experimental phonetics. In this chapter, I intend to develop my rationale that there are interaction between externalization and internalization through observing how focus or topic affects case. In Korean, the basic prosodic structure of the declarative sentence the focus is given to Univ, the object occurs with the case markers. Now phrase to which the focus is given occurs without any case marker in the sentence as seen above. It follows that the accusative case marker may not appear in the basic information structure in Korean. John argues that the phonological threat high pitch accent is so strong that it can override the morphological markers as well as when the with case. In the sentence with whichever element receive a high pitch accent becomes the focus. Figure 2 shows that focus falls on Nuri, so that case marker does not occur with Nuri. In this figure, focus is given to Youngmiga and both case marker and focus are given to Nuri. Even though the Nuri in the sentence has a case marker and focus, this sentence is judged grammatical due to the condition such as mentioned above, the revised feasibility condition. Thanks to the agent adjunctions of the element of the object to certain occur.
Sorry, the time's up, so could you please quickly wrap up? Thank you.
I have no time to make a presentation, so the straight go to my main idea based on the experimental phonetics. And what I'm talking to you is that italicized noun phrases are the focused noun phrases. Especially 11 and 12. 11 and 12 is 학생이 사과를 2명 먹었다. 학생이 사과를 2명 먹었다. In this case, you focus on the 2명. The 2명, when 2명 is focused and acceptability is very high, but the 2명 is unfocused, is the acceptability is lower than the focused noun phrase. That's the what I'm saying to you that is that when noun phrase is with no case will be surveyed with the focus. If not, the grammaticality is very low. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the wonderful talk, Professor Eun. And now we have about 7 minutes for the Q&A. Any question, please? Do we need a microphone? Do we need this microphone? Okay.
Since you use phonetics, I have kind of a phonetic theory question. So basically, the big picture is that case extra loud. So case marking is not necessary if you use focus, right? Focus is not necessary if you use case marking. So this reminds me of in the phonetic research, there's something called a trading relation. nice to the listener, right? Or is it being driven by the speaker's desire to make themselves clear, or is it they're trying to make it clear, they want the listener to get their idea? So you could do an experiment where you have listeners, so the listeners are your lab assistants, and the speakers are the normal people. But you vary the lab assistant's background, so you tell the listener, you tell the speaker that, or somehow make it clear to the speaker that this listener knows something about the story that the speaker's going to tell, and then, or they don't know anything. So either it's an ignorant listener or it's a knowledgeable listener, and would that affect the way they produce the focus of the case or something? So I'm just thinking, so somebody get at the question of how do you show that focus is equal to case, and is that a matter of syntactic representation? Is it a matter of performance? Is it a matter of phonetics? That's basically what my question is about.
Thank you for your question, but it is very difficult to answer. I think if the speakers and listener is the same basic knowledge of Korean, is that the Korean fluency, and I think the focus is the more important than the case 조사. But the beginner of Korean learner, and I think the 조사 is very important and more important than the focus. But the focus is, I think the focus is it's sometimes related to the culture of Korea. Sometimes the feeling of the speaker or listener. So it is from the beginner for the beginner. I think the case 조사 is very important, but gradually the Korean is the ability is more improved, and they should learn the focus, how to use the focus in the sentence.
So there are different cognitive part of the system. So focus is over here.
Yeah.
I see.
Sometimes in a certain level, and they connected into each other. I think.
So we have time for one very short, very quick question. Any thoughts, any comments or questions? If not, then if there's any more questions or comments, I'm sure Professor will be very happy to answer them during the break time. Thanks. So let's thank our speaker again. Thank you.